Hello, hello. Hello, how you doing? Hey, Shanta. I'm just trying to figure out how to share this to the group. Hey, we're just waiting for Ryan and Gia, and we'll get started shortly. I hope you're having a good day. Are you in Sacred Embrace? If you're in Sacred Embrace, can you share it to the group for me? She's here. Hey, girl.
Hi, peace.
How you doing? I'm just gonna flip this up and down so I can hear you better. 1 second.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you, Shanta. I appreciate you. Shantae. My bad. I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, y'all.
That was strange.
I know. I was like, I can't really hear you, but I can hear you now loud and clear. So,
oh, you can hear.
And then we're just waiting for Gia, and then we can get started.
Okay, cool.
How's your day going? I can hear you.
Okay, good. Is it like a feedback loop? Is good?
Nope, it's
perfect.
good.
Perfect.
Yay.
I'm so glad that we are here. Thank you for having me on and allowing me to share this space with you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Always.
Excited. I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Your growth and development is kind of like, whoa. Seriously.
Thank you.
You know?
Man, because
Yeah, you were a different person. You have gone through a literal quantum, upgrade.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, very real. Because I'm serious. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, that's that woman I met with in that session 3 years, whatever that was. This is not at all.
No. Oh my God. So, and sometimes I go back because for those who don't know, most of you guys don't know, Ryan is like one of the first people I reached out to along my spiritual journey when it came to shadow work. And I I was in such a bad place within myself. And we even had a session that I couldn't even cry because I had so many blockages and so many things going on at that time in my life. And so she's seen firsthandly, how much I've grown and how much I've changed over the years. So I 100% appreciate you for that because, that changed everything for me. That changed the game because, even after that, I messaged you when I was tapping in and learning to manifest.
Yes. It's just, man, your activation is beautiful to watch. Your ascension is beautiful to watch. And it's great to be here and in the space and seeing other women. And we're all, and brothers, we're all doing and going through this together. Like, this is a real shift taking place right now.
Oh, yeah.
I see you. I just want to say peace and greetings to you. I don't know. I haven't met you, so I'm glad that we're all here.
Oh, I can't hear you, Gia. I can't hear you. Okay, if you try to exit out and come back in, because that's what Ryan had to do.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know, Facebook be tripping. I was gonna get a streaming app, but I didn't even have time. I forgot. So
yeah, it do what it do. Be what it be. Yep. We flow.
Yes, ma'am. You already know. Yes. So I'm super excited to have you here. You already know. So man, tell us about yourself.
So my name is Ryann Nicole. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Well, I'm from San Angelo, Texas, but I'm in Dallas, Texas. I am a, these labels and things. We're very
Yeah.
transcendent. We're also having to find balance in it. But I'm just a soul that is here on mission and assignment to remember and to activate this divinity and express it in myself. And if I express it in myself, I'm able to send out a frequency to others and encourage them and help them to tap
Yes.
into their divinity. And this is just expressed in multiple ways. It's expressed through my music, my art. I'm a singer, songwriter. It's expressed through my books. I'm an author. It's expressed through my speaking. I'm a speaker. And expressed through my community builder, and believe in sisterhood, brotherhood, all the hoods, and
Yes.
passionate about that. And that's what this is, just in this journey,
Yes.
in this
Yes.
ascension. Yes,
Man,
yes, yes.
and I love it. I love it. I love what you do. I'm thankful for you. I honor you. It is so funny because anytime that's how I know you really tapped in, because anytime like I'm going through like certain transition, from when we know that we feel it, we feel the vibrations of the earth, we feel these shifts, we're experiencing these things, and sometimes it ain't pretty, and so I know that when I'm going through certain things energetically, and I feel these shifts, especially when you're tapped into the collective energies, you know it's just crazy to go on Facebook and just see you post exactly what I'm dealing with, or what I'm going through, or what I was just thinking about, or what I'm researching at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just it's just crazy, that's that alignment.
That goes into the different manifestations of the gifts. So we all have different gifts and talents, right? And our we can actually express through our gifts and talents, how we use them. So
Yeah.
there's gifts and then there's talents. The spiritual gifts are given to us, and one of my spiritual gifts is being able to cosmic intuitive. So being able to pick up on what's happening in the collective and in the shadow. So it can be hard. It's a very weighty gift,
Yes.
but that's a part of it. So that's why we're able to just go on and type and see, okay, this was going on in the collective, and people are like, oh my God, that's what I was going through. It's
Yes.
the cosmic intuition.
I love it. I love it. Then
Awesome.
Gia, can we hear you?
I hope so.
Oh yes. We can hear you. Yes. I was like, please, God.
Yes,
Work
yes,
out with you. I wouldn't interrupt. I don't want to cause no disruption. I want to just
I'll be
thank
right back.
you.
1 second.
Okay, no
you
problem. Oh, you can get a little close. Can you hear me now better?
okay? Yes, I can hear you better now.
So,
Yes,
Jack Moore. It's so good to meet you. I've heard nice things. I've heard amazing things from Kai, and I'm really excited to get to know you more and get to know what you do and how you do it, and what's the purpose. I guess, what is your purpose? What's your vision? What do you want to see? I guess, for the collective, since you
the
have to
vision,
like the collective,
vision for
you know.
the collective. Yeah, I
Mhm.
love. So I'm a life path 9. So naturally, I'm a humanitarian.
Humanitarian.
A and it's crazy how kind you kind of born into a situation where you see like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. But my vision for the collective is this. Mainly we have to start, mainly for us to come back into oneness. Oneness.
Mhm.
One.
Mhm. Yeah.
And in coming into oneness, this includes, this is us knowing our divinity. The God in me recognizes and sees and honors and knows the God in you. The God in
Mm-hmm.
you knows, recognizes, sees, and honors the God in me. in order for us to get back to divinity, it comes through that shadow, going into the dark.
Yes.
My vision is a part of what I do is working specifically with the womb, women, womb men. I went through my womb healing journey 4 years ago. I was infertile. I had fibroids and issues and things starting at 17.
Wow.
Like grapefruit sized blood clots.
Wow.
I was in pain. It was really bad. I had to have my first like surgery on my ovaries at 19. It was going to die. They were saying your ovary's gonna die. We gotta do something. We gotta have a surgery to die. I mean, cut open, anesthesia, everything. So yeah, and then I met my husband, and we were trying. We both wanted babies. We was trying. Nothing was happening. Went to the hospital one day. I was in a lot of pain. Went to the ER. They checked. My tubes were blocked. All of that. So, Spirit had led me to my womb healing journey. I started using the herbs, changed my diet, cut out the meat. Did that for a year and a half, and began really deep sacral healing.
Yes.
Not just sitting on the yoni steam pot, actually doing like the sacral healing work, like getting to the root of like the blocks that creates the tumors and things. The energy behind the tumors, the energy behind the blocked tubes and shit, the energy behind that. So getting back to that, dealing with like the comparison, that's something that really keeps a lot of women, it creates those womb blocks. Comparing ourselves to each other, being in our heads, the inner critic, repressing our sexual energy and our sensual energy and our feminine energy, repressing that creates those blocks. So I really go deep into that and clear all of that out and uproot that. And through that, I ended up healing and getting pregnant. And I began just womb readings and womb stuff. Like the womb was just, it's been calling me. So specifically with women and activating. I'm an activator, so activating their cosmic DNA and code so that we can, and the womb is a part of that, so that we can remember who we are as the womb, because we are first. We are first.
Yes.
The womb is first. So getting us remembering our cosmic codes as womb men, so that we can get in position and send out this frequency, our own individual frequencies of healing to the world around us, and then help others remember their divinity, their godhood, right? And then we come into oneness. And as we do this within our community first, then we can go into other communities, where we have, because we're all one.
Yes.
Right? We're all, once you come into higher consciousness, you come into the awareness of truth, you realize that we're all literally reflections of perception. All is mind. We're all within this universal mind. And there's just of us. There's different layers of us. So once we come into oneness within ourselves, then we come into oneness within those around us, and then we come into oneness with the world. And that's honestly my vision. And that's not just my vision, but it's prophecy. It's something that's going to happen. It's a part of the fulfillment of prophecy. And this is what we see taking place. Well, about to take place and is forming. Even now, like, look at us. We're coming together. We're all collaborating. Like, you may feel this energy inside of you to just like, I need to connect with my soul tribe. I need to align with our faith. Like, I need to get connected to others that are on the frequency. It's because it's the call for us to return to oneness.
Yes. Ashe. I love that.
That's beautiful.
I love that. So, okay. So my first question is, well, It's more of a, you know, because I took one of your classes when we were going over the divine wounded masculine and wounded feminine energy. You know, so I do want to tap into that. The first thing I do have a question about is divine feminine energy and just feminine energy, and is what is the difference, and is, or if there's any difference between just regular feminine energy and divine feminine energy, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So, femininity, there's femininity,
Yes.
and then there's divine feminine energy. So,
yes.
Femininity, what we've been programmed to believe as feminism through the culture and the society in the carnal world is, you know, what we see with the independent, strong, independent women, and we don't need any help. We've ascended to the point of where we are the top, and it's expressed through this strong type of, you know, energy. And then there's divine feminine energy where there it's the Shakti energy. It's the
Shakti. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's Shakti. It's the presence, the divine presence of the feminine.
Yes.
And it's not a woman, and it's not a man.
It's just
it's not energy. A gender. It's an energy.
Yes.
It's an energy. And it begins a lot of Eastern cultures, Indian cultures. That's what the Shakti and Shiva.
Shakti and Shiva, and Kali
Ma. The Shiva was like stuck, and the Shakti had come and burned through. It burned through all of those illusions within Shiva, and it came into divine union.
Yes.
And the divine feminine is very, very powerful.
Yes.
It's so powerful. And the power of the feminine comes from the compassion, the vulnerability,
yes.
the ease, the flow, you know, the Oshun, story of Oshun. And what we see happening now on the planet, it's because the reason why it's the story of Oshun. And there's plenty of stories, but I'm the one with Shango and Oshun. He was in the forest and he was out of control, just mad, and none of the Orishas could calm him down. So, and they were trying to do all these things, like, well, let's do this, let's try to do this and make him calm down. Let's try to do this. And Oshun, she had her honey. And she was just, and Shango was like, and she got that honey, she dipped into her honeycomb, her little pie, she put it in her mouth. She licked the honey and she gave it to Shango. And he calmed down. And it was the message of the feminine, what it does, how it just through the vulnerability, through the flow, through the compassion, you're able to ignite so much change, so much transformation. And it's very, very powerful. Divine feminine energy is extremely powerful. Very powerful.
I find that a lot of us struggle when we first begin this spiritual journey. We struggle with that feminine energy. You know, a lot of us had to grow up very fast or very hard, right? And then so we view that as automatically think feminine or weak, and it takes a while to understand that there is nothing weak about feminine energy.
And like we were talking before, you know, it's like Mama Earth, you know, she's very nurturing, but at the same time, she can be very destructive at the same time.
Yes. It's like water. It's like water, you know, and that's like the ocean, the water, your Maya or your Moja, you know. Water is very calming, and but that's water. It's destructive.
Yes. It's force. Yes.
It's a very strong force. So it's the feminine is very strong and it's powerful, but it's not forced strength.
Yes.
This is where a lot of us sisters get confused, because of what we've been taught through the program that femininity is, or through femininity, that it's, you gotta prove yourself.
Yeah.
You
No,
don't
it just
have,
is.
it just is. It just is. It
Yeah.
just is.
Yes, and then there's different well, how would you put this? You know how there's different archetypes, right? Not every the feminine, divine feminine energy is just an energy, right? It doesn't everyone operates in that energy differently.
Right.
So
Right.
what are some of the different archetypes of divine feminine energy?
There's so many archetypes of divine feminine energy. There's Sekhmet, there's Kali, there's Rati, there's Oshun, there's Yamaya, there's Oya, there's so many.
Yeah.
And it's all different facets of one expression.
Yes.
And the expression of the feminine. And it's you can see it in women. Like, we carry, there's different levels and facets to us. Like, we're the moon, you know, there's different phases to the moon, there's different layers to the moon, and that's how it is for us as women. There's layers and there's levels to us. We don't just occupy one specific space.
Yeah.
Right.
And the archetypes are used, they're supposed to be used, and they are us.
Yeah.
You know, I am Sekhmet, I am Oshun, I am Moja, I am Rashmi. You know, it's all of it, and we occupy those different spaces during different times. So the healing, this is why it's so important for us as women to begin the healing, because the healing allows us to find the balance.
Yes.
And know which energy to tap into and to channel at a specific time. Because if you're in all the time, if you're you know, all the time, you know, ready to bust some heads, ready to look at blood, then your children, they miss out on the nurturing, the nourishment. You know, they need that emoja. You know, if you're constantly in Sekhmet and just looking for blood, just hungry for blood and justice, then you never leave room for Oshun. And your husband needs Oshun energy. You know what I mean? So it's occupy different archetypes in different times and different seasons and levels. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And so speaking of divine feminine energy, matter of fact, let's talk about dark feminine energy, and then how, you know, because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of misconception when it comes to dark feminine energy, and there's a lot of women who claim they're operating in that energy, but they're more operating in more of a wounded feminine energy.
Yep. So true.
I'm so glad you asked this question, because this is so true. And we see this, you know, and this is why the healing is so important.
Yes.
You know, really actually doing the inner work, not just coming into this stuff and liking the terms and be like, ooh, that sounds good. And it's like a trend, like the dark feminine, and ooh, yes, it's cool. Let me exercise my sexual deviances now that I'm in my dark feminine. But no, that it's still producing, you're still reproducing from trauma. And this is why coming into the heart center, the heart rate center, it allows us to move into the higher chakras, and then the energy can flow back down. The divinity can flow down to the flesh. So it's not just, you're not just operating from your root and from that lust and things and trauma and stuff. So dark feminine is the way that I like to use my dark feminine energy is with my sexual energy, creative sexual energy, persuasion. And persuasion is necessary, not manipulation.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you know, we get it, they get it confused. Is that there's persuade. Yes, that's which I love I love that you said that, persuasion and manipulation, because they think that, okay, well, you know, they look up the definition of dark feminine energy, right? And well, you know, like you said, you know, it's just the trend of the word, and they like how it sounds and whatever, but not necessarily understanding what it means. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
what are the
go ahead. Yeah.
What are the differences persuasion and manipulation? What are the differences? For those who don't know, can you let us know what's the difference?
Could y'all hear? It was breaking up. What did you say?
What's the difference between persuasion and manipulation for those who don't know or
Oh,
don't?
okay, yeah. Persuasion is the intention. The
Yeah.
intention behind it. And see, this is what we have to get to. Weighing the heart, the scales of the
The
heart,
hearts.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's time and everything is about the heart now. We're feeling each other.
Yeah.
It's feeling. So persuasion is built from the intention of let me share with you what could possibly help you. And as it helps you, it helps me. We
Mm-hmm.
help each other,
Ooh.
you know. Whereas manipulation is let me conceal something and kind of like play and just like, oh, let me see how this is playing games and things. And the intention of it is not the same. It's not for
Yeah.
the highest good of the other, your reflection, or for just trying to
Yes.
satisfy yourself. It's built on service.
Okay.
One is
Mm-hmm.
built on service to others, the other is built on service to self. And
Ooh.
we
Mm-hmm.
will see like a lot of sisters like they're in dark feminine and things. You know, a lot of them are using it for based on service to self instead of service to others, and then it
Yeah.
ends up getting hurt, and it's like, okay, this is some wounded type of energy instead of the actual divine dark feminine energy.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Because even
Absolutely.
with that's another thing is, people equate being dark as to being evil or negative, and that's just simply not the
No,
case.
no, because one thing about it is this: universal laws are king.
Yeah.
None of us can escape universal laws,
Yep.
and you know, karma is real, and karma
Yes.
is a law,
Heavily.
and yes, and when you're out here saying like operating my dark feminine, but you're actually operating from a place of wounds and trauma and using that to
Mm.
hurt others, or even manipulate, like
And
doing, like,
manipulate.
there's a lot of people that stars and things and make people love them, love spells, and trying to make people, force people to loving them and
Yeah.
things and
And then
all of that.
that's yeah.
Go
Yep.
ahead.
And even like heavy manipulation is black magic and witchcraft too. You don't have to
Yeah.
pick up light a candle and put herbs together to be doing witchcraft and spell work. You can do that by the way of your words as well, and that
Yes,
it'll come right back.
yes, 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 yes. See, look, believing. I'm sorry, I was looking at the comments.
Yeah, no
Persuasion,
worries.
believing something for both parties, no ill intent. Manipulation, self-serving, and only benefits the one doing the manipulating. Is what.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
But you're exactly right, sis. Using it to and the thing is that you can't escape universal laws. Which when you do that, when you operate in those territories, all of that stuff ends up boomeranging
Yeah.
back to you because it's yourself. This is why we must, you know, teach these things and restore being able to share and community and share the truth and accountability and say, no, sis, I love you, and in love, I'm telling this is not correct. We
Yeah.
gotta call each other out and hold each other accountable. This isn't
Yes.
correct. This is from wounds, my sister. This is from trauma. We
Yes.
need to work. You can't coerce and force someone to love you. You can't do that. Or
Yes.
try to create doing all this stuff and things to try to make them do that, make them love you, make them be this, make them be that. No. What is that
Yeah.
from? That's a lack
Mm.
mentality.
That is
Ooh.
a lack mentality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear of
Yeah.
abandonment. All of those types. All of those things. That's
And
wounds.
that's not dark feminine energy. That's wounds.
Yes.
That's the shadow. That's the wound. The wounded
Shadow.
part.
Yes.
Dark feminine. I love to use the dark feminine when it comes to sex. sex and creativity, because sex is creation.
Yes, it
Sex
is.
is creativity, and that's
Yes.
what we are. We are creation. We are creativity. You know, and the art of seduction. You know, there's an art to the dark feminine and
There is.
the seductive energy, and it's not a bad thing at all. It's
No, if
used.
you do it right, because like you said, karma is real and it will bite you. But there's a balance to all things. There's a dark and a light side to all things, even dark feminine energy. There's a dark and a light side to that too.
Yes, absolutely. Like, it's okay to get some herbs and put some hoodoo and things. Somebody wants to come up and they send in, they putting out some bad energy to you. It's okay to get your nettle, go up in the medical cabinet, get
It's
your nettle out,
justified.
get some sea salt, get some stuff, and send out some. Speak some psalms and things of
Yeah.
protection. It's okay to do that. That's all
Yeah.
right. But just to be trying to coerce people and make them do all these things and stuff because you want to satisfy some service to self, some selfish type thing. It's no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yes.
But with specifically like with sex magic, like with the dark feminine, and also with like I said, persuasion, persuasion, and it's it's like it's magnetizing. It's magnetizing because it's mysterious.
Yeah.
The dark feminine, it's mystery, it's depth, So a lot of sisters too. I see this a lot with some sisters with the and this is all love, and everyone's growing. But with the dark feminine and using the like sacred sex stuff, like sacred horror or whatever is on the dark
Yeah.
feminine, using the whoring as a means to say, well, I'm in my dark feminine.
Yeah.
That's not true.
That's not, yeah, because anything that's divine is not going to, for one, give anybody and everybody access to it.
Yeah.
And you're not, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy to me sometimes because it's just like, we take things and we run with it without for one doing the work. There is no tapping into any divine energy without healing yourself. There's divinity within all of us, but in order to bring that out, you have to get past the shadow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then when going back to the whole having access, when I think of dark feminine energy, I think mysterious, right? Something is mysterious. You can't know all parts of it, right? There has to be more, some secrecy, some teasing, all of that stuff. That doesn't come if you just hear you have some, you have some, you have that.
Yes.
So that's the indicator that you are not operating in your dark feminine energy.
Because there's boundaries when it comes to it. Because you're like, okay, for one, you're understanding that it's divine dark feminine energy. Therefore, I'm still coming up as a queen.
Exactly.
I'm still coming up as a goddess. I'm not coming up out here looking as a hoe just because I want to get. I'm not a squirrel out here trying to get a nut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still operating in my divinity. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love this. And see, we need more of this. We need more spaces like this where we come and bring truth to light. Because there's a lot of confusion out here. A lot of people are wounded and they're looking for answers. They're looking for solutions, but they're doing it from a trauma type of way. And trauma bonding with the alchemy, with magic.
Yeah.
And it's like it gets really off.
And it takes a while. And then this is a thing that we want to fast track and we want to just skip all the stages, right? I've been on this shadow since it's been, matter of fact, it's been about almost 4 years since I've been on the shadow work journey. Almost 4 years. And I'm still learning so much about myself, and I'm barely from probably this past year, within the last year, I'm barely tapping into my divine feminine energy. It takes time.
Yes.
It takes time.
Yeah.
You know, we want to just get to the punch and then act, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, you know, affirming those things, but we have to understand that you can affirm shit all day. But if you don't believe that subconsciously, it means nothing.
Nothing.
And the only way to get to the subconscious mind is doing the shadow work, you know, but it takes time to get to that energy. You got to work for it. None of this stuff is free.
None of it, baby. None of this is free.
None of it. It comes with a lot.
A lot. And we're constantly going through initiations and,
yes,
and power moments and
yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
shedding and the layers.
Yes.
It's like, oh my gosh, and purging, the purging.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we come into the feminine, is through the burning down. That Shakti,
Yes.
like a fire. It burns down all of these illusions and the egoic stuff, the hurt, the trauma that's kept us in our wounded space, you know, the wounded masculine. And she comes, and the feminine, the energy, the Shakti, it comes and it literally burns it all through, and it allows you to finally come into your, what we call now, I'm starting to say, the soft girl era or whatever.
Yes.
It's just, it's relaxing and resting in your feminine and balance, you know.
Yes, and balance. That's the biggest thing, balance. Because, you know, even with the soft girl era, we got people that are still allowing other folks to walk over them. You're being passive aggressive. You're not saying how you feel. You're not setting boundaries. You're sitting here talking about you're soft. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yes.
But even in your, it's not about just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we're at a point to where we got to understand that just because you want peace doesn't mean that eventually you're not going to be called to go to war to keep that peace.
Peace. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Or hold your brother, you know, so you got to put some people in their place sometimes, you know?
Yes. Do no harm, take no shit.
Exactly. Exactly. Facts.
Do no harm. Do no harm. I'm not ever going to be out here intentionally harming anyone or anything or any being, because there's nothing but love. But shit, you can't come to me trying to harm me, and I'm just gonna sit here and let it happen. Like, that's not divine feminine energy.
Yes.
That's wounded feminine energy. That's what you call repression. That's repression. Repression. The feminine does not repress itself at all.
Yes.
At all. The feminine is like, I'm here.
Yes.
It takes up space.
Yes. Yes.
It takes up space.
I should.
So it's like no walking all over the feminine. There's no like doormatting and none of that. That's not divine. That's wounded.
Yes, ma'am.
That's also wounded masculine energy. Wounded
and
masculine.
that's what I was gonna get. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful
question. Yep. So you know how we have the yin and yang, right? We have the yin and yang, and each side of the yin and yang has a little piece of each of the other counterpart or the other side of it in it, right?
Right.
So do you believe that that's how we are to be within ourselves, or like do you think that it's an equal balance of divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us all? Or if I say it like this, like for as a feminine or as a woman, is my main energy I should be operating in is my feminine energy, and then a little bit of that masculine to keep my feminine balance, or should I have an equal balance of both?
Equal balance of both. All of us are to have equal balances of both. The key is balance.
Yes.
Balance. And this is what we're all this is what we're all coming into, is balance, you know. So we are womb men, which means we are feminine archetypes, right?
Yes.
We carry the avatar of the feminine, right? So we naturally are built to lean in on the feminine more. But we also have masculine womb man. We also have we're female. We also have the male component to us, the masculine, the discipline, the logic, the structure, the holding space. The masculine holds space, the feminine takes up space, right?
Yes.
So we have that within us, and it's meant to be balanced and sacred.
Yes.
Sacred. So we have both, right? But if
Yes.
it's not sacred, then you're just gonna be in your wounded masculine and your wounded feminine, or it'll be imbalanced.
Yeah.
You'll be trying to overcompensate. So, and this is what we see so much with our sisters, and it's a part of the spell. It was a part of the fall and the descent of women. It was a part of our fall. Because there was a time on this planet where we were balanced.
Yeah.
We were balanced.
Yes.
And we were one within ourselves. We were one.
Yes.
And there were only womb men, right? And something happened. This war with the feminine, within the dark and the light, the masculine, the feminine, it started to clash, and there was a rise of the dark feminine, and it got out of balance, and we ended up getting at war within ourselves. So the primordial mothers came and said, "Let us make man in our image." So that we can restore balance amongst female womb men. So let's make an extension of womb men in order to rebuild this paradise on this planet. Let's build a paradise. We need the man to be the builders. They are the physical builders, the providers, the protectors of the womb man and the children. Okay, so they come from us, right? They come from the womb. The womb is the beginning.
Yes.
But they're also, the goal is for us to come into oneness with them. They're the extension of us, as a part of us, not a consequence, but for us to learn to remember oneness. This is why it's so hard for, especially particularly melanated men and women, to get along and to see eye to eye and to come into that equal playing field, because of the fall. And it's a part of the game too, of remembering oneness. We have to be under the illusion of separation in order to remember oneness. But it's very difficult for us to come into oneness with the man when we haven't come into oneness with ourselves. Okay? We have to balance the masculine and feminine in us, the man and the woman in us. And then once we do that, we're able to reflect and project that out with the man. And this is what we see a lot of, and it's a part of the fall, but it's like really, it's really inverted. And you'll notice that, like, it's almost like an inverted energy. It seems like a lot of the women say the men are like women, and a lot of women say the men say the women are like men. But it's part of it's part of the confusion in the fall. So y'all, I just can get to rambling. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I love listening. I'm listening.
Yes. That's what we're dealing with now. And when I look at where we are, I'm only going to speak about our community. I'm sorry. Others, I don't know how other communities are. I'm going to speak about the Black community. And it makes me see the war between the two. We have a whole bunch of, feminist ideas that have corrupted and changed things and kind of made women into these, masculine, I don't know what I'm saying. It just changed us so much, and it changes in stages. So we didn't even realize it was happening until like a year or two ago. I looked up and I'm like, what's happening? How is this a thing? Because I didn't notice. So I didn't notice the changes until now. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like going, what the heck? What happened to women? What's going on? And it's so different than when I was growing up. It's so much different now. And it's just sad. So these conversations are necessary.
They are. And I think that those changes happen in fragments. They happen in pieces. It's like a child, you look at a child and one day you wake up and they're taller and you don't necessarily see it.
Yeah.
But, but one day you just wake up and you realize like, oh shit, what the hell happened? You know, say, dang, did you go every night? Whatever. You know, that's how things change. But I feel like when we have so many generations of unhealed women, we have so many generations of unhealed men, we don't acknowledge those wounds within us. It's just, we're constantly looking outside of ourselves to fulfill those voids, right? And it's just we're finding ourselves as a collective in a whole, because we are trying to fill this void that we cannot feel unless we, as a collective, unless we feel it within ourselves first. And so, you know, it's a lot.
It's a, it's a lot. She's like, it's a
It's a lot. That's how I'm gonna shorten it down.
lot. But see, this goes back to the sister's question in the beginning. She said, well, what is your vision? This is it. We're talking about it. And naturally, you see how we just go back to that because that's the vision, that's the goal. In order for us to come back into oneness, into union with each other, we have to come into oneness and union within ourselves.
That's where it all begins. That's where source is. That's where we're all connected with each other through, is internally. Anything external from us is just really, you know, as you know, and I always say it, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. You know what I'm saying? We have to go within ourselves to figure out everything that's external from us. In order for us to even realize that there is no separation between any of us, you have to learn who you are. You have to know thyself. In order for you to know thyself, you have to dive within.
Come on.
And once we figure, now we're doing that. We're actively doing that now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're changing that. We're changing that now. You know, and it's needed because if we didn't start waking up at this time, it's, for one, it's all divine timing. It's all divinely orchestrated. You know, things are just being reconstructed in order for us to, you know, like I always say as well, you know, you got to tear down the old to rebuild the new. And those of us who are on the front line, who have went through the trauma, who are healing our trauma and are here to teach the collective to do the same so that we can get back in order. You know what I'm saying? We're standing up now. We're healing now.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, go ahead, sir.
No, that's exactly it. And being on the front line is really just doing the work on yourself, like healing yourself and putting out your own medicine that you use on yourself and sending out that same medicine to the world around you. And it's just, you know, it's very important that we're being the medicine to ourselves. And as we are sending out to ourselves, we're able to send it out to others. But it's important that we're sending it out to others as we send it to ourselves. You understand? Like we have to move out of our own way. We have to actually do it. We have to step into our position as, you know, who it is that we are. We incarnated in this as healers to bring the frequency of this planet and to assist in this shift. We have to own that position. We have to own it. And a part of owning it is looking at the generational curses, you know, and seeing it like, okay, this stops here with me now. I see the generational curse of imbalance amongst the women in my bloodline. I see the generational curse of imbalance within the men in my. I see the generational curse of lack, of imposter syndrome, of shrinking, of playing small, whatever. I see that, and I choose to end it right now and here through my own inner work. And then as that happens, the more people that do the own inner work on themselves, then we send out that medicine and that frequency to others. Like doing this, like these, like stuff like this. When people see melanated women coming together and having conversations, and it's uplifting, it's edifying, it's love, it's pure, it's authenticity. It's like no damn judgment. It's not these loving hip hops in Atlanta housewives and shit. It's actual connection. When people see stuff like this is medicine. This is medicine. You know, we overthink how we're supposed to send out our medicine. It's supposed to be packaged a certain way, or it's supposed to be like this, or it's supposed to look like this. No, it's this. It's stuff like this. It's being yourself. It's using your platform as a means to be yourself and send out your frequency. You know, yeah, we are beacons. I'm sorry, I was reading.
No, it's okay. I was just looking at it too.
Yes, yes.
Yep. She said, yep, we are beacons of light, the only hope that people can see what healing looks like. Yes, yes. Exactly, exactly, exactly. And that's why it's so important to do the work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know, that's what also inspired me. One thing about me is like I always knew that I was here to help people.
Mm-hmm.
In what way, I wasn't sure, you know, but as I got older and as I started my journey, I realized, okay, you know, I know that I've always had this, for one, I feel like I've been healing from stuff since I came into this realm, which I understand is, you know, we're not just healing from this incarnation, but previous incarnations, previous lives, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, I know that when I got to the point to where I understood that I wanted to help people heal, I knew that I had to go through that first. Because all of those things that you experience through this healing journey, other people are experiencing too. And if you don't experience those things, you can't guide people on how to do that and how to get through those times. So you literally have to be the walking example of that life. And it's not all love and light. It's not pretty. I just had a freaking breakdown last week. You know what I'm saying? But because of the work that I've done, I understand that I allow those emotions to come and go. And I feel good because we remember water, when you're crying, you're releasing, you're purging, all of that energy that's stored up is being released outside of you. So when we're not crying, when we're not showing our emotions, when we're repressing ourselves, when we're not being who we're like a balloon ready to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have to get to the point to where we allow ourselves to just be.
Yeah.
And the more that you just allow yourself to go with the flow, accept yourself exactly where you are when you start your journey. Don't sit here and try to be like, okay, I should be here or I should be there. Like, no, this is where I am.
Yep.
Whether it's like, I don't like myself right now, I don't fuck with nobody, I feel alone, I want to kill myself, whatever the case may be. It's like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. This is what I have to work with. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to climb.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then dive even deeper too. You use that where you're at to climb and also to dive deeper into your own waters.
Dive deeper in your own waters. And see, that's that dark feminine. Look at the ocean. Look at the ocean. There's no end to its depth, and the ocean is a mystery. It's a mystery. Because it's like, don't nobody what's deep off in there. That shit gets so deep, gets so dark. It's like, man, it's amazing. And that's how it is with the feminine, that feminine, and it goes within those shadows and it burns through the illusion.
Yes.
It's deep. It's dark. It gets like that. But allowing yourself to be and allowing yourself to flow through your healing journey, flow through the shedding, flow through the feeling, flow through the purging, like flow through it. You know, that allows you to bring in the divinity, to rise into your divinity, like a phoenix that rises out of ashes.
Yes. Yes. We just gotta understand. I think that my main thing was that I understood that, you know, it took me a while, but I got to the point where I understood that I'm not my emotions. That's this body, you know, that's not my soul, that's not my spirit. I got to be the observer so that I'm able to evolve. I'm able to ascend past the illusion of my wounds, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever else, you know, but yeah, man, it's a journey. It's a hell of a journey.
It's a journey. And I love how you said that we come to a point where we're the observers. That's so true. You know, I said this when I was going through my postpartum, you know, I have hormones. They don't have me.
Ooh, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Right? I have emotions. They don't have me, though. They don't have me. It's just the experience of these, just like the body. I have this body. It doesn't have me. I have a body.
Yes.
You know, it's within the consciousness. So not taking, like, attaching to the process, attaching to the wound. And that's how we get stuck and stay victims, by attaching to it. Like, look at what all I've been through, all my trauma.
And then we're like a badge.
All my You know, no, you're just experiencing this. This is just an experience that you chose.
Yeah.
Soul chose it. It chose all the wounds. It chose all of the dysfunction.
Yes.
It chose all of it.
Yes.
It chose it. It knows everything full in its fullness. You know, your soul knows everything.
Yes.
You know, we're just
and that's true.
Experiencing it.
Yes. And, you know, I tell a few people, I've told a couple people, you know, when we, you know, our soul, it knows, like, even though this is the point of consciousness, becoming connected with the soul and being able to hear it, connecting with your higher self, you know, but when we're unconscious of our higher self and our soul, we don't necessarily we don't completely understand, right? But our soul knows to put us into certain situations.
Absolutely.
That's going to trigger us in order for us to evolve. You know, for myself, as an example, you know, I had went through something that was highly triggering for me. But out of that, I had a Kundalini awakening. Out of that triggering, because, and I knew prior to that thing that triggered me, I was talking to, you know, Source, and I'm like, okay, I know right now that I have these emotions that are stuck, and I just need me a crying session. I just need me a crying session or whatever, because I feel the stagnant, I feel the stagnant energy, right? Mm-hmm. I say, be careful what you ask for, because he brought it, you know. but you know, Source was not playing with me. You know, my guys were like, okay, wish granted, you know. But you know, and that situation triggered me so much, to the point, for one, like I said, I'm observing going through all of these different emotions, feeling all types of things at one time, and I'm like, whoo, Jesus, girl. You know, I'm like, because sometimes you don't know what's in there until you're triggered, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to use those as your body's notification system, like, hey, pay attention to me. I'm trying to heal. This needs to go away. I don't want this stored. I don't want this stuck in my body. I want to release it, you know? And so I use it as that, right? And so that experience, I was able to just, you know, swim through the waters of my emotions at that time. And then out of that, you know, once I was able to release all of those things, I was clearing chakras.
Yes.
And then I start having my Kundalini rising.
Yes.
People don't, we got to understand these emotions, all of these things that we're dealing with, all of these repressed emotions, suppressing yourself and your words and all of these things, we're blocking our chakras. And blocking your chakras is going to slow down your awakening.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
And you know, hitting on those chakras and things, like, man, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. The chakras are everywhere, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, just knowledge of it. It's all in that Bible. 7 days of creation, Noah's Ark. It was only 7 people, 7 colors, primary colors in the color scheme. Like, it's everywhere. 7 days, 7. It's everywhere. The chakras are everywhere. And this is what they attack the most, are the chakras, because they know what the chakras are meant to and designed to do. You know, them chakras are literally the key to you ascending and coming into your Christ self.
Yes.
So they demonize religion, demonizes it, and then the food system, it attacks the chakras. The education system attacks the chakras. The medical system, everything attacks those chakras. Because that's this right here, and how these energy centers flow. It's everything, and it's not a woo-woo wah-wah thing either. Like, it's science. These are hormonal centers. Literal energy hormonal centers in the body. And when it's literal wheels. They're wheels of energy that are spinning. And when it's not spinning correctly, it's like blocked. And then you are blocked. When your wheels are blocked, you're blocked. And you're not able to flow and navigate through the physical reality with ease, as the way that we're meant to flow through it as gods. You know, so those chakras are everything. And it's all in the Bible. It's the flesh and the spirit. Don't gratify the desires of the flesh, and you'll live by the spirit. What is that? The higher and the lower chakras. You know, and there's nothing wrong with the lower chakras. because this is what we see too even in the spiritual community. We get too high up in the higher topics, forget about the lower ones.
Agreed.
Yeah, people
I agree.
need to always be on a high vibration. That's not true. Nothing in life just stays at one. Everything has an ebb and a flow. There's going to be times where you're going to have to go back down, go back up. Have to be willing. That's that flow state, right? It's not just, oh, I got to stay in this highest frequency. No, sometimes you got to get down in here. Down in here is good. It's okay.
And that's one thing I learned from in your class was at least the way that you broke it down was the rhythm of life and the rhythm. If there's no beat, it's flatline. And so when it comes to the rhythm of life, we have to go with the flow because there is ups and downs. It's ups and downs. That's just the way it is. We can't get caught up in the high because you get caught up in chasing the high, you get addicted, and then it's just not gonna work.
Forget about your physical reality,
Yeah, and that's spiritual bypassing as well, or it leads to spiritual bypassing. We have to be grounded. None of us can exit out of the matrix. We're here. It is what it is. We can't fully exit out of the matrix, right? We have to learn to ground ourselves in the here and now and, have balance between both realms.
Yeah.
Because we're here for a reason. If we were supposed to be all up in the spiritual realm 100% of the time, there would be no point in us being here.
That's exactly it. And that's why the key is balance. It's all about balance, finding balance and maintaining balance. Yes, I apologize, y'all. My babies just came in.
It's okay. But did you? I do want to talk about if you wanted to talk about your goddess glow up, because you're a goddess glow up coach, right? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So yes, this is I've been doing this, working in this avenue for about 5 years, and through Releasing to Rise, that's my business, Releasing to Rise, and it's just helping women to release and to heal their inner child so that the goddess can rise. So that's really what it's built on. It's healing the little girl so that the queen goddess can rise, because we will never be able to ascend into our goddess energy and graduate into that in our levels of womanhood and goddesshood. We won't be able to do it without heal the inner child. So that's what my the program is built on, is healing the inner child, going deep in those subconscious, the subconscious stuff. This is when we hold space, we go to those shadows, going back to little real waters. Yeah. Going back to little girl. We put out pictures, we get the journals, we cry, we literally do a look in the mirror.
Yes.
You gotta get a mirror and we gotta look in it.
I just recently got tapped into that mirror work. It's beneficial.
It's very beneficial and it's so healing.
Yeah.
And but think about it, like so many sisters, like I've worked with hundreds of women, hundreds. Yeah. And when we get to the mirror work part, it's like, oh my God, no, I can't look in the mirror. Like, why? And how we just, and even when I started, it was so hard, but it's because how we've been programmed and built as women. We've been so disconnected from ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So it helps to help you as a woman to connect back to yourself, your true self, your divinity, your divine essence, and beginning to flow in that. And it's activating. We activate those cosmic gifts. This is why I can't work with everyone. I can't.
Yes.
I'm not assigned to. But because the women that we end up working with, and when I say we, it's higher self, and it's not.
Yes.
It's higher. So the women that we work with are women that they're ready to activate and come into the genetic galactic codes. They're galactic codes. So it activates that. So I'm not able to activate everyone, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's people that are assigned to that frequency. So this is why when we come together, we link in for forever. I've been working with Kai, worked with you 3 years ago. We're still here, worked with Sister Allison 4 years ago. We're still here, and it's just really dope. What happens is y'all end up activating, sisters end up activating, and then the books end up getting written, the podcasts start, they start their businesses, their divine goddess businesses. And it's just amazing. And then we end up collaborating and doing what we're doing now.
Yes.
So it's a network of women healing their inner child and coming into goddess energy, and then us sharing that healing with each other. And I love it.
Yes. I love it too.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm so glad. I'm thankful to be able to, just function in this way. And of course, you go through changes and stages in your business and things, and how you move changes, as you navigate, because the seasons change.
Yes.
But one thing that I can say throughout all of the years of working in this space is that there's never been any like weird, all that just shady like shit that these women we don't be doing that shit over here.
Yeah.
We hold each other accountable, and we honor each other. So it's been a deep level of healing for me, not just the sisters, but for me as well, because like I've had to go to my sisters, I've had to come to me and correction, or sis, what is this that I feel? What is this? Something's not right. What is, and being honest and in love and purity and healing. So
and with that, that's heal. Like you said, it's healing. And one thing I discovered about once I started connecting with my soul tribe, like Gia, I realized that when you connect with, especially as a woman, and you're connecting with your soul tribe and your other women, that's heal. And you have mother wounds, that's so healing. Because when you have mother wounds, it makes it so hard to trust other women. You're always wondering if there's jealousy, or if they're like stabbing you in the back, or you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't fully be yourself, right? But when you connect with your soul tribe, and you connect with other women that are in your soul tribe, it is healing. It's so healing. It's so healing. I can't even put it all into words.
This is medicine. Just this is medicine, and your soul. Right? It's good. It's so many sisters that want to know, how can I tap into my feminine energy? What do I need to do? Around other sisters.
Yes.
In their energy. Sisters.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
In the tribe, honey, we be sending naked pictures and everything, and admiring each other's beauty, and it's no weird. It's like it's no weird stuff. It's like, oh my God, like, and it's so freeing. It's so freeing to just be with other sisters, and you can be yourself and your soul. You link into each other's souls, and it's like
building confidence. It gives you like this reassurance, because then you're recreating that foundation that you didn't have as a child when it came to the women in your family. So when you're with your soul tribe, and especially when it comes to us women, and you're with your other goddesses and that pure, just divine feminine energy, you're literally recreating that foundation that you need to be your authentic self, to live in your authenticity, to heal those mother wounds, and tap more into your femininity. You know what I'm saying? It's needed. So it's needed. I wouldn't have thought that this would be me some years ago, because I was like, I don't trust these hoes. but that's the truth. But I realized, I had to look back and realize, like, oh man, girl, you're wounded.
Man,
because that's something that I wanted. That's something that I desired, is to connect with other women. But I held myself back because of my own fears, my own traumas, my own insecurities, and so many other things, right? But as I stepped into aligning with my soul tribe, I can say that I'm much more confident. I'm much more, it's easier for me to be my authenticity. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing when but you got to do the inner work, though, in order to align with your soul tribe in the first place.
That's it. And I love how you said the mother wound, and how it heals the mother wound. And this is so true, because the reason why so many of our, well, we see so many reflections that are jaded and closed off, it's the mother wound. It's
yes.
the mother, and the brothers too.
Yes.
It's the mother, because that's the first home.
Yes.
Harmony. The womb is the first home, you know. So
Yes.
if that safety isn't established, then you won't be able to trust. It's hard to trust anybody, you know. So
Yes.
coming into sisterhood and doing the inner work so that you can come into sisterhood, baby. Let me tell you something. It is powerful. It is
Yes.
magic. Like,
Man,
I don't
yes.
know. You just have to experience it. I'm telling you, it's
You
magic.
do. It's an experience.
It's an experience, and they did this on purpose. They created this system to where the sisters will be disconnected from each other. We are literal galaxies. We are individual galaxies. Women are individual universes, galaxies, black holes. The baby comes out of the hole, is black. We are that. We're black holes.
Yes.
And the galaxies, we connect with each other. In order for the universe to flow in harmony, the galaxies have to coexist together in harmony and in union. And this is what women represent. We represent the divine. Yes. So when we come together and we align with our soul tribe as women, oh God, our powers are ignited. Our magic, like, man, in tribe, sisters, we had a pot. I remember we had a goddess pot, and everybody put like money in the pot, right? We'd all put money in the pot, and then one person, we would pick a person, draw a name, and the sister would get the whole pot, right? So we drew a name, sister got the pot, and $400. Let me tell y'all something, how this worked. All of the sisters, tell me why every sister that gave in that pot was getting checks. We were all getting random checks. The abundance was like, when I say abundance was just flowing for all of us. Portia's on here, she's like, yes. Like, it is magical. That's why I'm like, man, sisters have got to get connected. I'm so passionate about this because I've experienced and I'm a witness to the literal magic of sisterhood. It's so powerful. Like, the husbands were doing better. Our husbands, our children were doing better. Like, we would get on there. I remember a sis came on. Man, a sis, we were on a tribe call. I think when the father of her child, he was kind of off, you know, trying to come, banging on her door during a tribe call. Honey, we pulled up we pulled up. We started cutting cords and everything. He ran away. He left.
Oh, wow.
Never.
Wow.
Like,
sorry.
It's so powerful. It's so powerful. And this is my biggest issue is for women to do the inner work so that we can truly connect and remember those divine soul connections of women. True story. Yes. I mean, even with my babies, they were a part of the conception. We all like came together. I was like giving up.
I do good. I do good. I do good.
I was giving up on the vision. I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Just some random girl, deep lady, like, sent me this email calling me a black water cricket bitch. I'm a barren womb. She called me a barren womb bitch. Like, this is like, you have a baby. All of this. And I was just so like, oh my God, I don't know if it's gonna happen. My mom started wondering, do you maybe it's ovarian cancer, to just putting out spells that were just like not in alignment. I went to my tribe and I was like, sisters, please, like, can we please come together and align with this? And literally, we aligned with them. I got his sister Allison. My husband was like depressed and stuff because it wasn't. He was like, man, I want another baby. Why didn't it happen? Got his sister Allison, called us, did an ancestry reading, and literally like a couple weeks later, got the positive news. And now she's here. Oh, I apologize.
No, it's okay.
So
But
yeah,
I do believe
as to the magic.
amazing and powerful and biblical. You know, we think of 2 and 3 when 2 or 3 are gathered, right? It's just like when you come together as women, things happen.
Yes.
It has
It's
to.
written in the Bible. Yeah, like you said, 2 or 3 gather. What do you say? In the Bible, it says, if 2 or 3 gather together in, under an agreement, whatever they ask is gonna happen.
It's
Yeah.
going to
We we
Yeah,
have all that intention in one spot, and all that energy focused on one thing. The universe has no choice but to bend to our will.
exactly.
That's right.
You wonder why they want us always at our each other's necks. When it comes to marriage, when it comes to sisterhood, when it comes to brotherhood, when it comes to us as a collective. Imagine if we all sat together and were under the same intention, had the same intention. You know what I'm saying? It's a powerful and a beautiful thing, and so transformative to be able to witness something like that and really recognize power and see magic and understand like there's no way you can deny anything like this, or like go back to a normal state of being, or what I'm saying, go back to or just going back to sleep in general. It's just like it's so many things that are being just revealed to us on a day-to-day of how powerful that we really are.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And this is what we have to do, and this is what we are doing through stuff like this, through, sacred sister circles, through brotherhood, whatever it may be, it's being the medicine,
Yes.
showing others that it's possible, especially as galactic beings, because that's what we
Yes.
are. We're galactic. We're intergalactic
Ashe.
beings.
9 ether.
9 ether. Like, that's what this is, and the fact
Yes.
that we're coming together, and it's gonna be us. We have to be the models,
Yes.
that model it. And it's not gonna be a whole lot. It's a
Yeah.
very select few, but that's all the planet needs. It only needs
That's
just
all we need, because that energy is potent. Because once we get together, once we collab, because what we're doing is we're already working under. We already have a lot of us that are working right now have the same intention when it comes to what we want to see for the collective. Those intentions are already manifesting itself.
Come on now.
So it's bound to happen to all that. You wonder why the world's going to shit now? It's because our intentions, our manifestations are rolling on in. Of what
That's what this is. We're making this happen, actually.
Yes, we are.
We're doing
Yes, we are.
so that we can restore balance and order and come back into union and village and community and Eden. Coming back to Eden. Coming back to Eden. That's what this was meant to be. That's exact. And Nibiru,
Yes.
y'all know about Nibiru and things and how it's literally in the system, right in our solar system, and it's touching down. And, that's what we see happening. That's what they're calling the aliens and things. It's just not. It's Nibiru. It's other galaxies coming. So we're intergalactic beings, and this is starts with us.
But I don't want to hold you too long. I know we've been on here for about an hour and a half, and I know you got mommy duties. I got my mommy duties too, and so does Gia. So, Ryann, sis, for one, you guys, I want, if you can do me a favor and just when we're done, you can post your link in in the comment section. So if anybody wants to work with Ryann, I promise you that you will not regret it. I've worked with her on numerous occasions, and she's such a beautiful and pure soul that, and I'm so thankful for having you. I'm thankful and I honor you for what you're doing for the collective, and I'm just excited to see how far that you go. Okay. And I thank you so much. Gratitude, love. Gratitude.
And I send you and sister, I send y'all love, and I send y'all so much infinite increase, infinite abundance, infinite protection as y'all continue to grow and shed and come into your divinity and manifest it and see it fleshed out, walk it out. We are literally walking out the expression of God.
Yes.
So I'm sending y'all so much love, and I'm so proud of you all, the work that you're doing. The ancestors are so proud of the work that we're doing. This is revolutionary.
Yes, ma'am.
You are revolutionary. Y'all are revolutionary. revolutionary. So I'm thankful for y'all. And thank you so much for having me on, for sharing this space. About my link is currently down, y'all. I just had my second baby. I have a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old, and my
And
postpartum
congratulations.
around. So I've been trying to pace myself, but
Yes.
if you want to
Take your
reach
time.
out to me for any one-on-one, you can inbox me through Messenger. This is my platform, Ryann Nicole. You can find me on Ryann Nicole and just inbox me, or come over to the page and just hang out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Appreciate talking to you, and I thank you for allowing us to interview you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank y'all for having me.
You're
I'm sending y'all
welcome.
so.
And thank you for being here. Of
Yes.
course, I had to get you on. That was just not even a question. Okay. So
Thank you so much, sis. I'm so glad that you have me on. I'm just so proud of you. I gotta say that for real, because I'm telling you, the woman that I met in that first session, you're not. I'm like, what the hell? You're not the same person.
yep. Yeah.
And it just,
I know, yeah. And I remember when I was talking to you, I was sitting in my closet. I was in so much pain. I was depressed. I was down and out. It was so hard. I was pregnant with my third kid and my baby, and I was just not happy at all. And that was, when I look back and I realized, I'm proud of myself too for how far I've come. And so I really thank you. I'm grateful for you because I still remember that session like it was yesterday. I remember that meditation. I remember me, talking to my inner child. I remember the conversation, and I appreciate you and I honor you for that. And I thank you so much because not only did I grow, but you've grown too.
we both grown. We're all growing. I'm so
Yeah,
grateful. Oh my.
infinitely.
Yes. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm sending y'all so much love.
Absolutely.
Y'all
And
have a
thank you guys for
beautiful evening
watching.
about to get these babies and this husband.
Yeah, I know, right? Time to skedaddle. All right. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week. Bye.